Welcome back to Inner Calling Astrology and our weekly Starcast. What do the planets have to say this week? I'm going to begin this week's Starcast by saying a bit more about Venus retrograde. I previously mentioned the effect this has on our relationships and creativity. Now I'd like to elaborate by adding that this is also a time of review concerning money, values, and beauty. Simply said, for the next several weeks, consider taking a pause before making investments. Do they reflect your values? What are your values? And in regard to aesthetics, perhaps we want to redecorate our home or ourselves. With Venus's association with beauty, perhaps we want to rethink the way we present ourselves to others, our style. In regard to the retrograde's effect on relationships, in addition to this being a good time to reflect on current partnerships, you may find yourself thinking about someone from your past. And during this time frame, it wouldn't be surprising to hear from them. Monday and Tuesday, the moon is in Leo in the waning gibbous phase. This is a time to make last-minute alterations to something you've been working on, and perhaps you'll run into someone who can help with those final details. In the spirit of Venus in retrograde, perhaps it will be someone from the past. The Leo moon is about self-expression, and the mystical, inspirational Pisces sun can give us a direct line to spirit and deep creativity. So take out those journals, those canvases, musical instruments, or anything else you feel called to put your signature on. Monday and Tuesday are optimal days to initiate projects or make contacts up until Tuesday at 4:16 p.m. Wednesday and Thursday, the moon is in organized, health-conscious Virgo. It's a nice complement to the Pisces sun, which resists structure and prefers to go with the flow. So in Pisces fashion, we can go sit on the mountaintop and expand our consciousness, while the Virgo moon remembers to bring the energy bars, the water, and the extra sweater. These are not favorable days to make important contacts and connections. Friday, the lunar eclipse is in full swing from 2:26 a.m. to 3:31 a.m. The lunar eclipse is related to completion, culmination, a chapter ending. And sometimes this can happen quite unexpectedly. A door is closing, and it's time to dream a new dream. Pisces gives us access to our dreams, and Saturn, which is currently conjunct the Pisces sun, brings us down to earth enough to make those dreams real. If Pisces were a hot air balloon, then Saturn would be the anchor. A lunar eclipse occurs when a full moon comes within a few degrees of what's called the nodal axis. As I mentioned in the previous recording, the nodal axis symbolizes our lessons as a collective. With a Pisces North Node, we are reaching towards the divine, the collective unconscious, oneness. And there can be many traps along the way: illusion, escapism, attachment, fear, arrogance, to name a few. Friday is not a favorable day to make important contacts and connections. Saturday, Mercury goes retrograde. The positive function of a retrograde period is to review and reevaluate before proceeding forward. So do your due diligence and homework during these few weeks, so that when Mercury goes direct, you'll have all your ducks in a row. Mercury is related to communication, travel, messages, contracts, and technology. So during a Mercury retrograde, we might have to show some hypervigilance in these areas. Leave extra time when making a trip. Cross every T and dot every I when signing a contract. Expect that this is a time when miscommunication and delays are more likely. After 6:58 p.m., it's a favorable time to make contacts and plans for anything you'd like to see flourish. Sunday, the moon is in Libra, the sign that can see both sides of a coin and wants everyone to get along. Libra is all about courtesy, diplomacy, and cooperation. But in the meantime, Mars, the planet of bravery and war, is in a tense aspect to Chiron, the wounded healer. So let's use our refined Libran social skills and the courage of Mars to acknowledge and express how we've been injured without hurting ourselves or anyone else. The moon is void all day, so only make contacts and connections regarding something you'd like to discontinue. Thanks for watching. Tune in next Monday for the weekly Starcast. And remember, it's never too late to be who you are. This is Maxine of Inner Calling Astrology, wishing you a blessed week.